the art, and that's very nice. And we're really happy that that's the level of some people's experience here. But and it goes through many different levels, but for some of us, it is an experiment of sorts. And it's an experiment in the practice, I think, of peace and the practice of a community. You know, we're basically experimenting with creating a community. It may not feel like that to everyone here. I'm not, you know, I don't mean to push you into that, but for some of us it is the experience of community, and what we intend to create is community. What we intend to create is that chapel. That was our original idea, Alex and I, 25 years ago, was like, build this thing. And we didn't have a community then. We were very isolated. We, you know, we didn't even have hardly any friends, you know. We really didn't. When we first, no, we didn't. We were just very insular. We just got along great. You know how that is when you first in love and everything. But you know, 25 years ago, it was about 13 years after we met. But we were still pretty insular. But it's become a community because the art is a context for that. People come here and they want to come back, and then they get to know each other like you guys are getting to know new people. And they want to see this chapel be built, and they want to be part of that process. Now, for those of you who don't know much about what's going on, this space here is temporary. In fact, we're coming to the end of our camp time here, as we used to say at camp. We are in our final year of this exhibition and been here for 3.5 years, and our lease is over December of '08. We may even be gone sooner than that, because we are looking at, this is a rental, right? And we call it the living brochure. So, you know, we wanted to do this to kind of lead people to thinking there could be a community and bringing the community together and doing the kind of ceremonies and the kind of activities and events and interactive stuff that we do here. So but we can't do that in a rental because the building was just sold, and now they, you know, want to, you know, triple the rent and get rid of us and all that stuff. And that's going to happen when you rent. So we need to have land. In order to build, we have to have land. So we are very close to procuring this land. This is a very important step for us. It's the next level of the chapel. When we used to run the full moon ceremonies in our home, Alex and I, and then we got this place. This is the next level, the next phase, we say. So we're going to have land. We're going to move all this art to an exhibition space on this land, and then we're going to build a chapel on this land. And there are some of us who want to continue to be part of this community and continue to support this community. And one of the ways to do that is to be a member. And, you know, being a member, it's, you know, it's a commitment. It's like a stand. It's like saying, I stand for the future of COSM. I stand for COSM having a future. You know, COSM could be over at the end of '08, right? It could be like, bye guys, we had a great run. It was really fun. We had a great time, didn't we? It's a great memory. Or you can be a stand for the future of COSM and be a member. And one of the things that I wanted to invite you to is our membership party.
Parliament, or of religions.
World Parliament.
Yeah, the World Parliament of Religions. Actually, you know, I mean, to us, I think that those values seem like self-evident and obvious and kind of like, yeah, so, you know. But for them, it was a big deal. For just the reasons that you're saying, that all of the religious groups that came together, and they were all representatives of all the different world religions, made that statement together on the basis of the equality of the sexes, and you know, there was no mention of any caste system, and it was basically a message of peace and unity.
Well, they said that there's no second-class citizens.
Exactly.
Caste system.
Yeah. So that exactly went against some of the structures that the Hindu teachers who were there, and that's part of their baggage, their cultural baggage. Well, this is one of the things that Ken Wilber talks about in terms of the world religions, that basically there's a lot of mythic and magical, metaphysical type thinking in all of them, that if the religion is going to be attached to those stories and that way of thinking, then they're, you know, doomed. along with those kind of mythic exteriors, there are the sort of mystic cores of all the different wisdom traditions, and the mystics have all broken through, like this sage, Ramana Maharshi. You know, he wasn't someone who advocated a caste system or something. The witness and presence, the God self, was the same in all beings. And so that kind of equanimity was something that ran through his way of thinking as well. And, you know.
I was just thinking, like, the vision of the second tier, it seems almost like that global community kind of thing requires everybody to be on the same page. But you see that there's still large pockets of the world that still live in every single one of the lower memes that we looked at. So, like, how can we kind of say that it's inevitable that we're all going to move to that when it seems like there's always a segment of the population that wants to advance itself spiritually, and then the majority seems to never want to do it. And in fact, like, we're making, like you said, we're taking steps backwards. Like, our majority of our culture is materialistic and not spiritual, and, you know, so I don't know.
So that often works.
Yes. Well, it's basically like, even though we can, you know, map that there are tiers of higher development of sort of global consciousness and things like that, by far the majority of humanity is in the lower tiers and is nowhere near ready to make that leap into the second tier kind of orientation toward global responsibility and that kind of ethics and stuff. And I think that, yes, that's true. However,
Merci, mademoiselle.
You're free now, free now, free now, free now, free now. I love you so. I love you so.
Over 95% of our body is water. In order to stay healthy, you gotta drink good water. When the European first came here, Columbus, we could drink out of any river. If the Europeans had lived the Indian way when they came, we'd still be drinking out of water because water is sacred. The air is sacred. Our DNA is made of the same DNA as the tree. The tree breathes what we exhale. When the tree exhales, we need what the tree exhales. So we have a common destiny with the tree.
And now it's my turn. I see. I see. My memories.
The spirit world is more real than most of us believe. The spirit world is everything.